How's it going, everybody? Jody in here, and I'm back with another episode in my Satisfactory series. This is episode 8. And just as a reminder, all of my videos are on playlist style. They're all set up in playlists, and the episodes are listed at the end of the video title. So if you are seeing this video as your first video in my Satisfactory series, you should probably go check the other videos first, because I don't cut content. I don't skip ahead. I don't cut out anything. So if you're missing episodes, then you're missing content. And that's not my intent for you guys. My intent for you guys is to be with me for the journey. So there are some people who like these long format videos. I myself am one of them. I like watching the long format videos of other curators. Don't get me wrong, I do like the videos where I find it entertaining when they're like a few hours later, or where they're like, you know, they break to, as they say, 53 hours later, and they come back and there's this huge mess of shit, like Let's Game It Out, how Let's Game It Out used to do it. Absolutely love that content, but that's not the content that I develop. I develop content that is hanging out with you, you know, just chilling, enjoying video games, enjoying the game that we're playing. And that takes us through multiple episodes. You're here right from start to finish. I don't cut anything out. Although occasionally I will forget to unmute myself, as I did in the last episode for probably, was it 10 to 20 minutes, something like that. I was muted and I was like, oh, shit. My new mic setup was supposed to prevent that. Ooh, thanks, Lizzie. My new microphone setup was supposed to prevent that. Because I don't use... Oh, nice. I don't use... Oh, even nicer. You guys are freaking awesome. I don't use... Well, come on. I don't use mechanical muting anymore. I shouldn't say... I should say I don't use electronic muting anymore. I don't mute via the computer anymore. I mute via a button that's actually on my desk. So I can visibly see that I'm muted. And one thing I should check here first. Oh yeah, my volume's up too high. I did that last episode too. I had my volume of my speakers too high. And unfortunately, I think a lot of Ada's voice was bleeding through my microphone, even though my microphone's directional. And I kind of have to have it right in front of my face. In fact, it's probably, I would say, less than a foot away from my mouth. So I had to get used to this whole eating the microphone mentality, because I don't normally have things this close to my face. So I've had to get used to this, but it's a much better environment. It allows me to take off the headphones, so I don't have to, my ears aren't sweating for hours under headsets, which is healthier for my ears. And you know, I can hear the ambiance of the room. I can hear what's going on. I can hear if my cat's getting into something and I need to grab the spray bottle. You know, it's just, it's a much more relaxed environment, even though like I said, I am pretty much eating a microphone. It's a much better and relaxed environment for me, which allows me to be more relaxed for you guys. You know, I'm not tied up. I'm not, you know, messing with my headset or knocking it around, making all kinds of rattling noises or knocking noises, and you guys aren't hearing my keyboard clicks and my mouse clicks and all that stuff. It's better all around. But it is something I'm having to get used to. So, this episode's going to be all about dimensional depots, getting those set up, and hard drives, which I didn't start scanning any hard drives last episode, and we brought back like what, 8, something like that. We brought back a whole pile of them, and I didn't even put one in the friggin' MAM to scan. So that was kind of a screw up on my part. So we'll get that going right off the bat. We'll get a hard drive in the MAM. I only need one, but I guess I'll just pick up 8. We'll get a hard drive into MAM, because that is going to start us moving forward. we also got to put this stuff that we just got, put it in here. Excellent, excellent. We'll put that in there. This stuff we're going to process into DNA eventually, except for the mycelia. Mycelia we don't process into DNA. Okay, so if I remember correctly, I need wire. And I think it was pipe. I think it was steel pipe, which we have up here. So we'll take some steel pipe, we'll take some wire, and we're going to hand bomb these. Because these actually have 3 crafting elements, which means we need a... for 3 crafting elements, you need a... not an assembler, you need a manufacturer, which we don't have access to yet. So we can't use a 3 recipe, or 3 item recipe at the moment. Which is what this is. 3 item recipe. So once we get the manufacturer, we can set one up to do this. And it would probably be a good idea to do so. Have SAM Fluctuator on tap instead of just the reanimated SAM. We'll still need reanimated SAM for some things. But having the SAM Fluctuator on tap is going to be game changer as far as going through these kind of things. And working with, you know, SAM in the future. Because the dimensional depots, you saw the toilets, the outhouses, which are spawn points. Those all require the SAM Fluctuator. As well as there's a bunch of stuff that's still in the MAM that requires the SAM Fluctuator. So we're gonna be dealing with the fluctuators for quite a while. And then of course modular frames. We have to set up modular frames. I'm hoping to do that once we make the next step in our upgrading process, which is switching to tier 2 miners. And then of course upgrading to Mark III belts. So we got our 100 SAM Fluctuator. I'm just gonna continue crafting until we're done here. We always use extra fluctuator, as I just mentioned. So we'll just finish it off the stack of reanimated SAM that we have. There we go. We'll throw the extra reanimated SAM in here. And we'll throw the extra fluctuator in there just for now. You can see we're building a little stack in here, which is nice. Okay. Now we need our modular frames. We'll put our steel pipe back. Whoops. Steel pipe back. We'll put the wire back. In here. Okay, and we'll grab our... Oh, wait, no, we need wire. What am I doing? We need wire. We need 1,000 wire. And we'll see if we got our 100. Here we go. Okay. So now we have all the stuff for the depot. Now we need stuff for the splitters. So we got 10 depots, we're going to need 10 splitters. So that is easy enough, it's just plate and cable. So we're going to need, let's get 2 stacks of plate. We got a stack of rods, just in case we have to do anything with conveyors or whatever. And then we'll get a stack of cable. And we're all set. So now, we're going to start from the bottom and work our way up. So at the bottom we have our metal plates, which are coming out of here. They're going up to the ceiling here, and they're traveling directly to our storage facility. Now, because they're coming up to the ceiling right here, there's not a lot of room right there, but there is room over here. So we could do a split right here on this line, and we can send it to a depot tucked away here. So I think we're going to there, and our depot will spin it around. I think we can bring it through the floor and maybe put it right on top of this box. Right on top of here. That's going to be a little bit too far of a drop. are we into the... We're into the ceiling right there. Are we into the ceiling here? Yes, we are. Okay, so... That's where we touch the ceiling. So that's still a little bit of a drop, but it might be okay. I'll push it back one. And that should hopefully be enough. We come off there and go down to there. Let's do it. Let's swap a few. Curve will get us there. Perfect. Okay, so now we have the depot, which is going to take some iron plate, send it to our inventory. Beautiful. Okay, next is going to be rods. Now, our rods are coming out of here, going up across the ceiling here, and taking a route to storage. So I think we can grab our rods relatively close here. If we grab them right here, we don't have to interfere with this other conveyor belt here. We grab them right here. Boom. Okay. And we can put our storage, our dimensional depot. We can throw it pretty much anywhere here. I think it'll be nice if we put it back here, though. I like the looks of it sitting on top of the other machinery. It looks like it's supported, doesn't look like it's hanging from the roof. It looks like it's actually supported and hanging out, you know? Just sitting there waiting to go. So we'll put that there, and then we'll bring this down into it. And we'll use our straight mode. Actually, can we use straight mode from back here? No, it doesn't like that. Use straight mode from here. Okay. So there's our rods. We're now depoting rods. And we have a lot more rods over here, but most of these rods are going into our screw development, which is our next thing we're going to store. So we have rods going in. It's going to be slow going because we're not really hammering out rods. 15 per minute, you know. It's not a huge production here. Actually, it's 30 per minute, but we'll get 15 per minute over here. So we're uploading 30 per minute. We're gaining 15 per minute. So it's really kind of, yeah. But we will get 30 per minute here if this line fills up, which means the storage is full. So once that happens, then it'll start going over to the depot at full speed. Now, a priority splitter would solve that, because I could prioritize going down this way. I could say, hey, you know, send this way, and then send overflow that way. And what would happen is, the 30 per minute would go this way until our storage is full. This would be priority, and then it would send the rest that way. And we'll do that in the future, because that's the better way of setting it up, is to have our base storage as secondary and our inventory storage as primary. That's the better way of setting this up, because then you're getting full load. But as is, we're just going to let it go like this. Okay, so that's second. Third is our screws. Our screws are coming up here, run across there, and they're heading that way. Our screws we can catch here, just like we can catch those other ones. So we'll grab a splitter, and we'll split it here. This should be good right here, I would think. And now, because we have something coming over the top of this guy, which is our iron plate, because that's coming over here, we can't really put our box on top here. So we should probably maybe put it just in front this way. Or we could put it, well, I don't want to put it over there. We can put it just in front over this way. Oops. Line it up. Bring it down. And where's our lineup? There it is. Okay, so we'll bring it down. Hang it from the roof. Just like that. A little out from it. So we have no problems having it come down to it. Like that. So now we're getting screws. Okay. So that's 3 things we got going in there now. Number 4 is going to probably be wire. I'm trying to do them in the same order that we're doing this. So after screws we have wire, and then we have cable. So let's look at where our wire is. It should be our wire right here, I believe. Oh, that's our sheets. Where's our wire? There's our wire. So our wire's hiding back here. It's coming up and going over, and then it's heading to the top. Okay, so here's one we can split off and we can set it there. So let's grab a splitter again. We'll split it right about here. Okay, and then we'll grab a depot. Come here. And we'll put the depot over here. Kind of on top of this box right here. This should be good right there. Yeah, I think that's good. We'll put that there. Boom. Okay. Now, to be even cleaner, we could pull from one of these lines. These are our lines coming to our cable. Which our cable usually is more full than that. Our cable's usually more full than our other things. So if we wanted to clean this up a little bit, this would probably be the better way of doing it. Would be to cut one of these lines, have it feed up, and I think that's what we're going to do. I think that's what we're going to do. We do it this way, and let's just set up a lifter on that side where there's nothing. Bring it up to here. Yeah, whatever. Let's go. We'll swing it over to here. So that way, that guy's going to switch over and he's going to be doing this, feeding us over to here. Which, yes, that's going to take from the cable, but cable fills up faster because it's only in stacks of 200, not stacks of 500. So cable's definitely going to fill up faster. Speaking of, that's our next stop, is cable. We have our cable line here, going up to the roof. And I think we should probably just copy this guy, bring him over, and have him do the exact same thing over here. Bring him back a little bit, bring him down, bring him from the roof. And maybe back another. That should be good there, I would think. Okay, we'll grab our splitter. We'll line in our splitter. Straight line up. Okay. And we'll bring that down to there using our curve. So now we have iron plate, iron rod, screws, wires, and cable going in there. Okay. So after cable, our next stop should probably be reinforced iron plate. Yep. So we have our reinforced iron plate line. This one's going to be a little screwy because that one comes through here and kind of feeds way over this way and does this weird loop around and yada yada yada, and just makes things look awfully messy. So I think what we need to do here is maybe catch it before it gets to this side. Catch it around here. Where can we bring it? I mean, there is that guy right there. We're parking on top of him. Or we can just roof it. We just roof hang it here. That'll be another option. Would be a better option, just to roof hang it. I mean, these guys don't really look messy hanging from the roof. thought they would look a little messier, but they don't really look messy hanging from the roof. I shouldn't say messy, I should say jumbled. I thought they would look jumbled hanging from the roof, but they don't. They don't at all. So I think we're good here. So we'll take our reinforced plate, grab that line. We'll hook a belt in there. Beautiful. After reinforced plate comes the one that's going to give me the most trouble here, I feel. That's our concrete line. The reason I feel it's going to give us the most trouble is because the concrete line runs parallel to this other line. So there's not really any place to grab that we're not going to interfere with the line beside it. Because there's really nowhere to grab here. Along this edge that's not going to interfere with the other. You know what I mean? So I kind of feel like we're going to have to do something about the concrete line. And one thing I'm considering here is if we put this guy over here, something like this. I think we can get this guy to go in there. We get this guy to come back to here. See, straight looks kind of ugly there. If I do straight here, it's not bad. Okay, so that's a much nicer setup. Okay, now I can bring the depot back here. Put it on top of... That almost lines up perfectly with the box. Look at that. Or with the... lines up perfectly with the crafter, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So we'll bring a line from here down to here. Beautiful. That works excellent. I actually thought that was going to give me more difficulties, but you know, that went pretty good. That went pretty good. Okay. So now I think we're moving into rotors. We have rotors, copper sheets. How many more do we have? We have 3 more. 3 more. I feel I should have left screws out of it. Anything we make down here, does it actually require screws? I don't think it does. I don't think any of this requires screws. I don't think any of this requires screws. None of it requires screws. Foundations don't require screws. I don't think I need to be packaging up screws. In fact, I'm going to pull that right now. We're going to pull that. We don't need to be packaging screws. Okay, we're gonna have screws in here now. In fact, they're never gonna go away. They're gonna stay here. I can't pull them. Even if I pull these out, it doesn't get rid of it. The screws just stay there. So at some point I can add them back in, whatever. I'm trying to eliminate screws completely, but you know, there they are. So next, after the screws, we have rotors. Now that we're on the top tier, we might have a better time grabbing from here. I don't know. Possibly not, though. I'm pretty sure we can't fit the depots between these. No. Depots won't fit between the lines. And I don't even think the splitters. These are mergers, but same thing. Well, you know what? They might. No, because if I put a curved line out of that, it's going to be on top of the other line, so that's not going to work. Okay. So we might have to do the same thing. That's going to be a nightmare. Okay, so our rotors are being built here. Very, very slow production. This is where it's being done. Stupidly slow production. If I had screws going in here at a higher rate, I could probably up it. I do not have screws going in here at a higher rate. In fact, where are the screws? Where are they coming from? Where are the screws even coming from? For this. Being dropped into the floor somewhere to get over to here. I don't think they're being dropped over here. No. Are they being dropped in here? No. Well, you're making the rods. Okay, the rods are being dropped from there. Where are the screws being dropped from? Being dropped from here? Oh, that's rods too. Oh wait, screws up front. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so here's where the screws are coming out, 40 per minute. And the rods are coming out 10 per minute. Why is this down? Per minute, 15 per minute. That should be a 30 input. It should be 30 input, right? I have that cranked down. Is this going to only use? Oh, this only uses 10. Wait a minute. Hold on. If I'm putting out 15 here, I had it cranked down. I can overclock this to 15. And that way I'll probably be putting out the 60 I need. Where's my clocker? Because from here, I'm now putting out 15 per minute, right? Here, I'm using 10 per minute, so they're going to build up. But if I overclock, bring this up, now 15 and 60, and what did I need over here? 100. Okay, so it's still not going to be super fast, but let me bring this down to 3. 75. Okay. So it's roughly 2.5, something like that. That's 70. So at 60%, we're using 60, which gives us 2.4. Okay, it's close. Close. I was close. Anyway, we'll keep this at full because it doesn't really matter. Underclocking it doesn't... I mean, underclocking it does matter, but underclocking it also doesn't really matter because it's just going to stop working if it doesn't have the materials. So it's not like it's going to be wasting power. It's at the end of the chain. Underclocking with a purpose happens inside the chain, not at the end of the chain. Once you hit the end of the chain, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so anyway. We have to grab rotors. We have to grab rotors off that line. Which, we can kind of line up like that. If we come off this way, that'll look symmetrical. Although I don't think we can make it symmetrical because we're into that line there, son of a bitch. So, we'll have to go this way, probably. And kind of squeeze it in here. That's fine. That's fine there. Go back a little more and match it up with that guy. There we go. That's all fine and dandy. Okay, so now we'll slowly get rotors, and I mean slowly. It's going to be painfully slow. Like we're going to get one a minute. We're going to get one a minute. One rotor a minute. So, that's a thing. Alright. But we're going to get rotors. Can't complain too much. Here's our first rotor. Coming down and in. And boom. There it is. Our first rotor. Okay. So after rotors, that is embarrassing. After rotors, our next stop is going to be steel, steel pipes and steel. Where's the pipes? Why do the pipes look silver? When did the pipes start looking silver? They didn't look silver before. They were dark. That's kind of interesting. Okay, but anyway, this is probably going to be the easiest one. The easiest one to hack out. The reason it's going to be the easiest to hack out is because we can place them right here. We're going to take down these guys. Okay. We're going to adjust this, which means getting rid of these for now. Okay, so we're going to have our logistics coming out. We need a conveyor merger here. Out in front. Okay. And then we need conveyor splitters. So in front of that guy, we're going to have a conveyor splitter. Go straight beside it. Do a conveyor splitter. Just like that. Okay. This line goes into there. There. This line goes into there. And this line goes into here. Now, we'll take these down. And this down. That down. Adjust these. Okay. So, our one has to go to there. So we'll bring him here. Like so. Go around backwards. Like so. Actually, can I bring him out here and make that? I don't know if I can make that. I'll try. I'll try and make that from here. And this guy we'll bring out from here. Okay. So him should be to there. Get that to work right. Yeah, that's all right, I guess. And then from here, you come out and down to there. There we go. So those guys are hooked back up. Now we need our depots. Let's grab a depot. Put one out in front of you. Face the right direction, yes. Put one in front of you. Okay, then it's just as easy as hooking them up. And now we're going to get our pipes. And we're going to get our sheets. There we go. Our beams and our pipes. Now I did miss one thing. I wanted to get the steel stuff in here first, because I did miss one thing. And that one thing is our copper sheets. That's what I left out. So you see the copper sheets are right there. They're running along this line right here. So the reason I didn't want them in first was because I wanted to get the steel in first. But I do need to get them in there. And they were going to be the biggest pain in the ass, because as you can see, I got this on this side, and that's the only real place there to split it off. And then down here, it's beside another line all the way down to here. So that's going to be a pain in the ass to split off. But what I just did by moving these lines is I kind of opened up a little bit of a gap here, right here, so I can bring a line out this way. And I think what I'm going to try to do here is get this depot kind of lined in here, if I can. bring it in. No, it's not going to line in there. It's going to be too squared. It's going to be right on top of everybody. It's not going to fit. Okay. So, barring that, the other option was to just bring it in, bring it out, and hook it up to a depot, say over here. So I'll have this depot here, beside this depot, like that. That was my other option. So I have a gap right here that I can get the line out. So we'll put our conveyor splitter right. Ooh, turns sharply there. Okay. We gotta work with that now too. Stand on top. You don't have to stand on the edge of it. Stand on the edge of it. Come on. There we go. Okay, so now we got to deal with it turning too sharply. Goes away right there. And if I bring it over here, we don't really have the gap to work with anymore. So right here is kind of the only real place we have the gap to work with. Put that there. I'm going to bring it down here. Top of these. Okay. Do this right. Oops. This way. Can't build back there. Oh, because the drop. The drop. It's got a serious drop. Oh. Oh, but I can do that to here. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. There. Now I want to grab one of these, and I want to raise it over the back end. Just like this. Okay, and then we come from here, and into there. Perfect. So now I'm going to get my split off from there of the copper sheets. And again, I'll come back and eventually replace all these with proper sorters. They're called sorters, but you can set them up to be priority splitters, basically. Even though they do have priority mergers, they don't have priority splitters. Because you're just going to use it as a splitter. There's no priority to it. But anyway. So that's got all of our depots squared away now. So we have everything that we're currently making going into the depot. You can see some things are going to get filled up faster than others. Cable's already full. Iron plate and iron rods are going. Wire is taking its sweet ass time. Wire is taking its sweet ass time because it's also making cable. So because we're only pulling from the one line on the wire here, we're not taking advantage of that, and we're not taking advantage of that either. So our wire line is going to be fairly slow, since it is also helping cable. But it'll get there. It'll get there. Now what I actually could do to speed things up here, now that I'm looking at what I've done here, hold on. What I can do to speed things up, grab me a merger, put it right, is it there? I think it's there. Grab me a splitter, put it there. I'm gonna split that into here. Run this over here. That goes there. Now I'm taking advantage of the excess in the cable line, as well as feeding off of the copper line. Oh, you son of a bitch! You didn't grab onto it, you bastard! I didn't put that on there right. That's a merger. Where's the splitter? It didn't put that actually on the line. Sure. There we go. Now we're taking advantage of it. Okay, so that's gonna feed wire in faster. It's definitely going to be important because wire is going to be something that we're going to need a lot of in this system, I feel. So having a good supply of wire is going to be crucial. Okay, so cable's full. Wire is now filling up at a decent rate. We have plate. Reinforced plate is actually going really good. That's going better than I thought it was going to go. Concrete, it's going decent. Rotors, 13, that's not bad. Steel beams, steel pipe, and copper sheets. So all this stuff is now filling up, which is excellent. Now, have to take in mind that is going to slow this stuff down as well. All this stuff is going to get slower as these are filling, because we're not putting all of the effort into here anymore. We're putting half the effort into here. So that is going to be something to take into account. So let's grab the stuff that we need right now to get our blueprints off the ground. Let's put our overclocker away. Grab another hard drive, because I think it just finished with the hard drive. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Iron wire! Fucking right! Bam! Okay. That's a game changer. That's a factory changer. That's just a game changer, that's a factory changer. It means we don't need copper anymore to make wire. Okay. So, let's get steel beams. 200 of those. Okay, and we need 500 wire and 500 cable, I should say. 2, 4, and we have 194 on us. And we need 1,000 concrete. Boom. Then that sucker off. That'll unlock our blueprints. Go get them. And then we just have advanced steel production.
Milestone reached. Blueprints reduce repetitive building tasks, further optimizing your progression towards saving Earth. With its beautiful ecosystems, abundant natural resources, and sunsets over frolicking puppies and kittens.
Oh my god.
The blueprint designer allows you to build and combine structures once and then duplicate that configuration effortlessly.
Puppies and kittens.
Any complaints about the spatial restrictions will only reveal your own inefficiencies.
Oh my god. Such a bitch. It is such a bitch. Okay. And I think we're good on screws here too. Yeah, we're loaded on screws. Alright, let's chuck this shit. So we don't actually have to carry anything on us anymore. It's already there. That's what the dimensional depot is all about. We don't have to carry resources anymore. It's all right here. Yay. Okay, let's check on our doggos. Thanks. Lizzie, look at you. Wow. What you got? Baba coming in with ammo. Oh, you got some sheets for me? What do you got? You got some cable for me. Oh, doggos. TV's got a... Yeah. Okay. So, two things. This goes here. Adding up nicely there. My ammo over here. Adding up nicely there. And I think we're full on... Oh, no, we're not full cable. We'll fill that up. And I don't think we're full on the copper sheets either. Get that in there. Nice. Okay. So we got our dimensional depots done. That was the big one for right now anyway. is the big one for right now. Our next one is going to involve getting this steel manufacturing done. Starting to work on advanced steel. This stuff. This is our next big hurdle, because that's going to unlock our next phase. So, grab our 100 steel pipe. Grab, assuming we have 200 rotors. Okay. And this is why we still need this kind of storage, is for this kind of stuff. So we just run and grab as needed. Because pulling it out of the dimensional depot, we'd have to wait for our dimensional depot to restock. If I pulled 500 out of here, it would bring my storage down to 200, and then I would be waiting. So that's not the best, most efficient way of doing it. The most efficient way of doing it is to leave these big storages for big tasks where you need like 500, 600 at a time, and use your dimensional depot to like trickle in for, you know, I need to put up this constructor now, or I need to put up this, you know, this pipe in right now. You know, that's what this stuff's for. Kinda. Alright, so we've got 1 minute until it shows up. We have everything we need to send it on its way again. And then we'll be stuck until we complete Phase 2. Now, Phase 2 is going to involve going out and setting up factories. So that'll be a thing. And it's also going to involve I believe it's under alien technology is where we find the radars. So we're going to have to set up radars. We're going to have to set up more power facilities. We're going to have to set up more coal power plants, because 400 megawatts is not going to, you know, do it for us. The steel production is going to unlock Tier 2, which is going to allow us to expand our current power plant. Basically by expanding how much coal we're pulling out of the ground. So that's
milestone reached.
That's
the
our
miner
max
Mark
milestones.
II allows extraction of resources
Now,
from nature
lot of
to
things
fix
to
it
do
at twice the speed of the
until we
Mark I
complete Phase
model.
2.
Miners can be directly upgraded to Mark II without removing the Mark I model, just like conveyor belts and other upgradable infrastructure.
So we're going to need portable
Unfortunately,
miners.
setting up the production of advanced steel parts and project part number 3, automated wiring, will not be as easy. Every moment you delay reduces the chances of saving humanity. I will not show you the predictions, it would only demotivate you.
Ada, anybody ever tell you you're a bitch? Anybody? Anybody? Maybe everybody? Okay, so these guys are running... Are these guys running full tilt? They look like they're running full tilt. This guy's full. This guy's getting there. Oh, but he's only at 7.5. Right. Okay, so I could up my steel delivery. I really think we need to go get our power plant worked on. So let's head down to our power plant and just take a look at what we're going to be doing. We don't have an influx of material yet to, you know, make it ridiculously overpowered at the moment. That'll come. That will come. And I will be revamping our factory, by the way. Basically our entire factory. Once you have certain things unlocked, that's when it's time to tear down and rebuild. One of those things, for example, is the iron wire that I just got, which means I can back away from copper and focus solely on iron. I also ended up getting the screwless plates, as you recall. Plates that require no screws. We're going to upgrade this guy to a Mark II miner. No, we're not, because we did not bring two things that we need. Son of a bitch. Should have checked that before I left. So, like I said, once I get my blueprints transferred over, I already have 2 blueprints for Starter Factory, and they include stuff that I haven't done yet. My Starter Factory blueprints include stuff that I haven't done yet. So, for example, I haven't done any of the reinforced iron pipe, reinforced, what the hell are they called? Reinforced plates? Is that what they're called? Reinforced plates? I'm trying to remember. Things that I need right now. These things. I haven't, encased industrial beams. I haven't done any encased industrial beams yet. Those are coming. I have the ability right now to build them, but I haven't set up a factory for them. My other factory, which is what I'm looking to incorporate here, has that already incorporated. See, these are... I don't want either of those. I don't want either of those because those also have screws. And I don't really want either of those either. See, it gives you a rescan, but here's the thing. If you rescan, what happens is these get dumped back into the queue. So, you don't really want to rescan unless you're desperate. Unless you are seriously desperate to get a specific recipe, you don't want to rescan. Because rescanning, especially if you send one hard drive back in with 2 items, you just screwed your next rescan, because your next rescan could pull those 2 items you just got rid of. Your chance is higher at getting something you don't want than something you do want after you've done a cycle or a recycle. So we'll run back down here and upgrade that to a tier 2 mine. Which should get our production up to, I think it's 100. I think it's 120 right now, is it not? So it should get us up to 340, which is enough to run probably another 8, I would say. Probably enough to run another 8 power plants. Well, right now we have enough to run 8. We're only running 6 because I didn't have the water. I stopped the water at 300. I didn't want to put in a second pipe. So that's why we only have 6 power plants. We could have 8 right now. We have enough coal coming out to do 8. That's why you see the coal stopping. Because there's enough coal to come out of here to run 8 power plants. We're only running 6. So yeah, we're pulling 120 per minute. Upgrading this is going to up that to 240 per minute. So now we're pulling 240 a minute. As soon as it decides it's going to start drilling. I hate this part because it's friggin'... I hate this part. It's like... Get the coal, get it in there before it runs out. Upgrade all these bells to tier 3. So the coal just rips through here. so. Alright. And so this line is gonna barely move now. It's gonna move, but it's gonna barely move now. There's gonna be a lot of pause to it. It's running full steam. It's running full steam ahead. So we can put another two. You know what? I got my explosive now. Fuck you all, mushroom trees. Yeah, I don't think I can get rid of these. I can get rid of the freaking mushroom trees. Get your ass. Okay, so this is running, like I said, this is running 6. I can run another, well that's 6, I can run another 10 probably. I'd have to up my water supply, but I could probably run another 10 fairly easily. These guys are going through 50. I wouldn't say they're going through 50, they're going through 45. Going through 45, but they can hold 50. So, with them going through 45, you know, I could probably get away with one more on the current power supply, or the current water supply. I don't think I could put 2 more. You can only do 1 more on the current supply. But I basically just have to copy this now and hook this coal line up to it. Just copy it. Here, 400. Oh, current amount in stores is 400. And we're moving about 250, 270. Our drain rate. It's the flow that I'm really interested in. Let's see what the flow rate is. Current flow rate's around 240, 250, which is comfortable because the max is 300. You don't ever want to run at the max. The reason you don't want to run at the max is because you see what's happening. You know the flow's bouncing, going up and down, up and down. It bounces like that, even at your maximum flow. So if you're using your maximum flow, and it starts bouncing like this, it's going to try to go over your flow, under your flow, over your flow, under your flow. It's just going to bounce around. And you see over here we're maxed out. This is how you end the sloshing at the far end. You put a water tank at the far end, you can see the sloshing that's happening. Up, down, up, down. It goes up, then it goes down. It goes up, then it goes down. You can see the flow rate and the drain rate are almost the same. This is what you call sloshing. And this is how you end the sloshing, is you put a tank at the end. That way, your power plant, the sloshing isn't happening in your power plant. It's staying full. The only time it drops is when it actually goes to use water. It drops just for a split second, then it's full again. That's how you end the sloshing. Because that sloshing, this here, would be happening in here. And you don't want it there. That's what they call sloshing. So, I need to basically copy these power plants into another row of 6. And then I repeat this process for the next 6. Basically copy what I've got here for the next 6. Easily done. We're going to rotate them though. I'm going to take this out. Because, as you can see here, the shoreline changes direction. It starts going that way. So, actually I should have left this one road. Do this one road, because that kind of squares up this corner. But, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of rotate, take a turn here. So I need my catwalk. Put the catwalk there, and then you put the catwalk on the edge of that, like so. This, and one notch. Place it. This catwalk is also one notch. Place it. This catwalk is also one notch. Place it. Okay. And then that's how you walk your structure. I actually did that on the wrong side. I should have done that. Hold on. This should actually be happening over here. So in. And that way we are lined up to go down that shoreline. So grab this guy. We'll go in our zoop mode. Place him there and work him down. Okay, next guy. Ideally, I'd be doing this with half blocks, not full blocks. Came down. Okay, this next guy. Came down. Okay. Now for this guy, that's where we're going out that way. Corner. That's how you round off your corner. Actually, it doesn't really look that rounded, but that's how you round off the corner. If I was using the concrete, it would look a lot better. Did I unlock the concrete? I think I did. I did. It looks a lot smoother with concrete because you get rid of the... Oh, actually, what's happening here? Doesn't it look nice? Maybe because I'm not using the half blocks. Probably need the half blocks. Make it look snazzy. Noted. So noted. Clean this up. I do not like the way that looks at all. It's horrible. But we got our rotation in. We got our angle rotation in. So that's kind of all that really matters. And we're going to paint the shit concrete. Blocks 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 blocks. 4 blocks back. How many blocks long is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After that, right? Got this side, just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Perfect. Okay. Now this guy is lined up almost directly on top of this last mark. And he is almost at the front edge. Okay. So let's copy that over here and we'll have our proper placement of our power plants. So he is almost lined up at the front. Almost. There we go. Oh, wait, maybe there? Perfect. And he is almost lined up with that center line. Beauty. That's where we need him. So that is our placement for that power plant. And now what we're going to do is run and... Oops. Grab some rotors. If we don't have rotors. We don't have very many rotors in storage right now. And we'll stock up some other stuff that we don't have in storage right now. But mostly rotors. Because those power plants, they need rotors. You can use 10 rotors each. And they also use plate, which we have plenty of. They use cable, which we have plenty of. But we don't have enough rotors. So, we're going to need rotors for the water pumps too. And we're also going to need copper sheets for the water lines, which we are not getting a lot of copper sheets at the moment. So, we'll work on all that. And we're going to improve all that in our next factory. Our next factory is going to take advantage of all of that, fix it up, make it nice. Okay. Come up here and we have our pipe, copper sheets. We're going to need some of these. Okay, and down here... Oh, wait, rotors. Rotors, we're going to need a bunch of rotors. Okay. And we might need more iron plate, too, so we'll grab some of the reinforced iron plate, because we might need some of this, too. And I should probably make sure we have a bunch of these. Just in case. Alright, back we go. Everything else we should have, and we should be able to get it on demand. Oh, that totally took that whole tree out. Damn. We can clean this shit up so we can actually see our staircases. Well, up a little bit. We still can't get onto our staircase because that's just wrong. There, now we can. Okay, and the same thing was happening in this one. Which again, we should probably clear out some bullshit here. This one's kind of the same thing. There we go. That's better. Notice how we come down on those two catwalks, but we end up going up on the one over there. I don't understand it either. Probably has something to do with coming in this way here and going down this way. But it is weird. Okay. So let's get these guys placed. We're going for another 6 here. I know I said we could do 8, but we're only going to do 6 because that's a comfortable number. And I like things comfortable. There's our comfortable 6. There's our comfortable 6. Which means we're going to need 3 more water extractors. So I'm going to start them down here, actually. We're going to bring them across here. I'm going to start them down here. 1. Damn you. 2. 3. Okay. We'll put a power pole down there. Another one here. And drop another one over here, maybe. Okay, boom up. Boom. 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 You up to there. You up to there. You up to there. Okay. These guys are ready to rock. Now power over. Let's keep the power in the water. Power in the water. Okay. Now I want to do something similar here, but we're going to run it from the other end. We're going to run our water, like we've done here. We're going to run it from that side. So the same basic structure, just kind of feeding it backwards. Which means I should have probably put this down here further, but oh, should have placed those the opposite direction. Whatever, it is what it is. Okay, so we're gonna grab our fluid buffer. Our fluid buffer is kind of far out here. I don't really like how far out it is. Although I guess it's not really that far out. It's right on the edge. So, okay. I thought it was farther out than that, but I guess it's not. Alright. So the flue buffer really is right on the edge. Pretty much as close as it can get. So we'll put it back here. Raise it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know how high that is. How high is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10? Could be 10. Could be 9. It is 9. Yeah, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's up 9. Okay. Let's try this again. Down to the end. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Boom. Okay. Now we put our foundation underneath it. Just to give it the look. Big concrete pillar. That actually plays perfect. Okay. Alright. Now we have to go to the other end and place another one. Down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Boom. Big concrete pillar. Well, I guess I couldn't get 2 of them bang on. That would have been too much. Okay. Then we run a pipe between those two. Which is this guy. And it's too far. Of course it's too far. Yeah, fucker. Wait, so we got to count now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 appears to be perfectly lined up, maybe? Perfect line up at 8? Is that high? Is that low? Is that, what the fuck is that? It's high. 7. 7 appears to be perfect line up. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should be perfectly lined up. Like that. Fuck you. Fuck you, we got our line. Okay, now we need to line this in. Same way we did it before. Stand here. Straight ahead. Up. Boom. Okay. Stand here. Straight ahead. Up. Boom. Stand here. Straight ahead. Up. Boom. Here. Straight ahead and up. Boom. Here. Straight ahead. Up. And then finally stand here. Straight ahead. And up. Okay, and bring the pipes down and in. I think we used, did we use horizontal and vertical on those guys? Come straight down? Yes, they do. Okay. So the water lines are basically set up, except for, you know, over here. Still got to do this side. That's fine. Not a big deal. Now how we're going to do this, we're going to line this guy up in the center. Down just slightly and in. Looks good there. Okay. Grab that. Go to side. This will go to this side. We'll go to the back. This guy on horizontal to the vertical is going to go just like that. And again, we're going to need a pump. Where's our pump? Where's the pump? There it is. Put it up that way. And that'll pump up into there. Okay. Let's grab our in for our pump. Hook it in. Beautiful. That is now ready to go. Okay, so next we have to set up our power. Shall run there. Okay. There. 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 There to there. And then down here to the end. Okay. Power's now hooked up. Our water's now hooked up. The only thing left is our coal, which is arguably the easiest and arguably the hardest. So our final coal line is of course going to come straight in. These guys have to go... Did I put them half and half on this side? Or did I run them in full? Nope, I ran them half and half. Okay, so half and half. Exactly where I put you. Okay, so the last belt gets to be a tier 1. Straight. Not bad. Straight. Great. Run a tier 3. That's for shits and giggles. These guys. I don't know why that first one was yellow, but I'm going to go double check that. That didn't seem to... didn't look right. Oh, maybe because I went through the boundary of... Okay. Here's also going to be a little bit of a problem. So let's... see if we can trim this down. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to tier 3 out of here. I'll do a curve. Do a curve that lines up on top of the... on top of the pipe here. All the way down. Go here-ish. Like this. Beautiful. We're going to come off this first split. Just like that. Okay, we're going to come off this first split just like this. So that way we're not starving. That way we're taking our fair share. We're not starving this. That's going to come down here and feed our power centers. Okay, and as soon as we hook up our water flow here, we're good to go. It's going to start slow and then it's going to build up. I'm going to put my ladder in here. Get it on the other side. Climb up here and see what's going on. Great, good water flowing in. Good water flow. Good water flow here. These guys should start firing up. It'll take a little bit for the coal to get down here. The coal's going from that end to this end, the water's going from this end to that end, so it's a little bit backwards. We should get a good start up here. We got heavy water flowing all through the pipe grid down here. Pump is working good. It should just be a matter of time before these guys fire up. Completely. Put that in very bad. last guy down here is waiting. Just waiting and waiting and waiting. I want to make sure he gets his coal. Make sure he gets his coal in a timely fashion here. So we keep him up and running. Let's see, we got a decent water flow happening here. Not getting any slosh back. This guy hasn't opened yet. Just barely touching him. So here we go with this guy. Starting to open a little bit. This guy's going to have the most coal. You can see he's already maxed out. And it's going to start moving its way backwards. This guy is already maxed out. But the water's not getting there yet. So we're going to have a max out on water on that side, max out on coal on this side. They're going to kind of meet in the middle, as you can see what happened here. They're going to meet in the middle, and then you're going to start seeing it move from the middle outwards on both sides. Coal's going to be faster, of course. Water will start moving out this way. This guy will be next to fire up. Keep him fired up. It's working. It's trying to work. It's trying to work. We gotta get these guys full of water. We got a puff. Oh, no, not quite. A little puff there. No, not quite. They're working on it. They're working on it. Oh. Oh. Eh. Not quite. Water issue. Come on, guys. You got this. You got this. There we go. Oh, this guy's up. That guy's still working hard. He's still struggling. The water now is with the coal. This guy should be, it's the water. Come on, you got this. You got this. Oh, almost. See these guys down here. This guy down here is full. Yeah, it's full. It's gotta be full. It's gotta be full. Oops. And we'll be moving. Water's gonna be moving this way. This guy's almost full. He's working his way up. And this guy should be starting. This guy's got to hit full first. Alright, he's full. Now this guy's going to start to fill. See the water level going up. As this guy's starting to fill, this guy over here is going to start getting decent flow. He's going to be splitting the full flow here. Oh, he's going down, he's going down, he's going down. It's funny. I love how water's just, it's a thing. It's such a thing. Being claimed to know what it's going to do, but they haven't changed. But they're filming this now, yeah. Still filling up this tank. Fill rate, drain rates, both 300. 300 coming in, we got 300 going out. But at one point you can see it actually started to fill. These guys are only capable of pushing 300 through that line. If I had tier 2 lines, I could push more. I could push their maximum. Which I think their maximum is 360? I think it's 120, 120, and 120. So I think 360 is the maximum they can push, but these lines can only take 300. So you'll hear them shutting down, starting up, shutting down, starting up. As the lines stay full. Okay, we running now? It looks like we're running.
You got water now?
Oh, yeah. Let's check our power grid now. Oh, look at that. 900 megawatt production. Capacity of 12, which of course that includes our 300 for our bio. That's not actually running. But our production is now 900. And our maximum consumption is only 585, so we're sitting comfortable again. We are sitting comfortable again. What is smoky through here? I just noticed we got smokiness through here. Why? Why for you, Smoky? Oh. We have a hidden cave here. Oh, motherfucker. No, I didn't. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Oh, my gosh. I let a big motherfucker loose. Oh, fuck. Kiss my ass, you son of a bitch. Oh, I know where to hide. I know where to hide. Oh. I know where to hide. You can't fucking get me between here, can you? Jackass, leave me alone. You can't. Fuck you. Wow, okay. That was a shock when that opened up. He came out of there. All of that for this? It's just a slug. Oh my god. Big fucking spider just guarding a slug. I was expecting a Mercer Spear or Summer Sloop, something. Just a freaking slug. Another slug. I mean, slugs are good, don't get me wrong, but it's not like they're super OP. They're everywhere. You get slugs from your freaking dogs. Your doggos will give you slugs. Not like it's some ridiculously OP thing that you have to grind for. It's a slug. If you have a whole pile of doggos, you're gonna be getting slugs without even having to go out. You'll get yellow ones all the time. Blue ones, yellow ones. Hell, I think I had a dog that even gave me a purple one at one point. Okay, so anyway, we have power. We have lots of power. We have enough power to get us through to the next tier. So, our next episode, now that we've unlocked blueprints, I'm going to go through in our next episode... My nose tickle there somehow. Ugh. Come on, brain. Get out of neutral. So our next episode, what we're going to do is move forward with revamping our factory. That is going to be kind of a bit of a shock because my other factory is not built like this factory. So, yeah. I shouldn't say it's not built like this factory. It is built like this factory, but it is also not built like this factory. So there's going to be a lot of revamping work that needs done. In fact, my other factory might not fit under this floor. It might. It might. But I think my other factory, yeah. My other factory is constructors, and then like on the constructor there's a floor above the constructor, and then there's stuff on it, so I might have to do some rework. And I don't even know if it's going to fit in here with the restrictions that we have. Because we have our, we have this guy over here, our sulfur mine, which is currently making our explosives. So I don't want to touch this edge of the factory. So we'll have to see if my pre-built factory will fit over here. Not to mention, I don't really want to touch this. Oh, this is going to be a hard one. It's going to be a hard one. It's be a hard one to fit in here. Anyway, we'll make it happen, I'm sure. So that's going to be it. Yeah, that's going to be it. Moving on. Next time, we will have everything all squared away and be able to move forward with our factory. So take care, everybody. This is Jodian signing off for now. I'll see you next time. So long.